All right, so um, I am making this video. It's just something that should be made, but I don't know what's going on. Anyway, tonight I'm just feeling in my heart to talk about just dating in Thailand, dating in this climate, this social climate that has just changed over the years, in a world of like Instagram, and how there's such an opinion from everyone concerning dating. You got the Christian side, you got the Instagram baddie side that you should never pay anything, and then you find yourself in like just a world of what the hell am I doing? Like, which advice do I listen to? You know, there's no, like, everyone has their own rule book, and I'm sitting here with no guidance on what I'm supposed to be looking for. I mean, I know the things that I think are good as far as like a partner, but it just seems like people don't really have the basics anymore. I mean, I don't know. In the span of, okay, let's say July. I came to Thailand in August 22nd. And before I came to Thailand, I was still trying to like see if I could meet someone. Like, I had already had it in my mind that I was going to be leaving, but I said if I met someone like on my way out, then I might not even leave. Just meeting someone decent now, I don't know, maybe it's too much. Maybe I'm looking for too much. So I ended up staying with a cousin. Actually, no, I went to go visit my cousin in Salt Lake City, and just to see how it was. And Salt Lake, I learned, is very kind of like Berkeley. It's a lot of hippies, but it's also not as it's a lot more diverse than people think. So I went on a weekend where there was a African festival, and I am Nigerian, mom and dad. Obviously born and raised in the US, but I don't know, for some reason I was at this festival, and I ended up meeting a lot of people. I went there by myself with my dog. I met people. We had lots of discussions. It was very interesting. I gave my number out. But those guys were just not what I was looking for. Like, one, I was getting some food, and the lady was like, "Oh, you're Nigerian?" I was like, "Yeah," getting some jollof rice. And, just talking to me. And there was a guy that came up, and the guy came up with a female. She looked really young, but he was just listening to the conversation. Anyway, I paid for my food. I left. The festival was at an outside venue. It was just like at a park. Okay. And so I went to another vendor, just looking at the different things that they had. It was just a whole bunch of African vendors, not necessarily Nigerian, but like Congolese, like Liberian. And it was on the weekend of, I think, Liberian Independence Day. So there was a lot going on. They had shows and all that stuff at that event. Anyway, the guy came to me without the girl, maybe about 30 minutes later. I don't know where the girl went, but he came. He was like, "Hey, I heard you're Nigerian." I said, "Yes." And he's like, "Well, I am too, and I would like to get to know you." And I'm like, didn't you come here with somebody? But then the girl looks so young. Like the girl looks so freaking young. And I asked him, did you come with someone? Like basically trying to be nosy. Is this person who you're supposed to be with? Oh, no. That's what he says is no, I'm not with anyone. So I still feel a little hesitant, but I did give him my number. Because I'm like, there's no way that this guy's gonna lie to me. And maybe people don't really do that. Like that woman is not who he's with, you know? Well, we messaged. I kind of was like, I don't really know. But we messaged for a little bit. We never ended up meeting up. And I think that was a sign anyway. He wanted to. I was kind of unsure. But fast forward 3 months, a couple days ago, I'm scrolling and I literally see this man, because I found out, so I don't know how Facebook does this thing, but Facebook basically, if you take somebody's number, they suggest, they'll like suggest them as a friend. And so I added him as a friend. I didn't see anything funny, but then about a week or two ago, he writes this long post about how God has sent this girl to his life, blah, 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 and they're getting married at the courthouse. When I look at that post, I look at the date, it says like literally 2 weeks ago, and that is the girl that was at the freaking the African festival. It almost seems like there's a very strange moral decline in people. Like there's a real moral decline in this generation. I am 34 going on 35 years, and I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm really starting to get fed up. Like seriously, there's a real moral decline in people. Another example, same thing. I was in Salt Lake City for 1 month. I told myself that I would try and meet somebody, you know, especially seeing that I'm getting, you know, up there in age. But so I ended up meeting this guy that I had been chatting with for a couple of months, like before I transitioned from California to Salt Lake for the time being until me going to Thailand. The guy is very handsome, I believe, and very he's more in line with what I would want, though there are some differences in, you know, our beliefs and things like that. But he is also African, and is with someone. He told me during our actual meetup that he is with somebody, and essentially what was revealed is that he's with her for papers. And that it also came up that he didn't want me to judge him, but he was telling me the truth. And when I think about that, I think about like the poor girl. Like she thinks that you're with her for love, and the whole time you're saying you could never be with someone that's white, and that you are just wanting to get your papers, and then you'll go and marry somebody else who is African. Like, it is amazing to me that people are like this. And I don't know. Here I am in Thailand trying to date. I make a Tinder profile. I know Tinder doesn't have the best, like, reputation, but I have heard, like, my best friend, she met her man on Tinder, okay? And that's a story in itself, and it's a very good story because that's just, like, proof that Tinder is not all about hooking up, because I am not interested in hooking up with anybody. I'm looking for something that's real, right? And so anyway, I meet a guy. He happens to be a guy from Sweden. He's 32, so I'm 2 years older than him. Handsome, in my area, writes on his profile, I want to date, I'm looking for something real, and I'm kind of getting excited about this, right? I'm like, okay. So he's really adamant about meeting up, and I'm like, dang, like, we haven't even had a real conversation, but okay. Like, he's like intentional. Okay, he wants to meet up. He doesn't just want to be talking on the phone. So he wants to meet up. So anyway, I meet up with him the next day. It's just better to meet up in person, get it out of the way, right? So we end up meeting up, and the guy is, he's not bad. There's some things there that I'm like, oh, okay, like his teeth are brown, like things like that, things that can change. So I'm like, okay, I think this is a okay guy, to talk to. We could change the brown teeth. Like, we can change the brown teeth. That's not an issue. But as he is taking me to this place to go get something to eat, I see him put his phone down on the table, and on the table, as he's putting his phone down, I see his screensaver, and his screensaver is a female. And I'm like, okay. And I straight up ask him about it, and he's like, she is really important to me. This person is very important to me. And then he proceeds to tell me, this is the mother of my child. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you had a child. It looks like you guys are maybe still together. She's on your screensaver. And then he tells me, yeah, she's so important to me. She carried my first child. And if that's not weird, then he reveals that his child is 2 months old. Like, your child is 2 months old, sir? What are you doing? Like, are you sure you didn't just get into an argument with, this baby mom? And what is going on? He's like, well, and I proceed to tell him I'm actually quiet, and I'm asking him all these questions before, when I found out. I'm asking him like, don't you think that's a little too soon to be dating? Blah, 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 blah. And he's trying to reassure me, no, I'm sorry, I didn't take off the picture off my phone, and we haven't been dating for some time, and she just has my kid. So it just doesn't sit well with me. I go home, I tell him my concerns. I'm like, yo, this just doesn't look right, and it's pretty fresh, and I think that you should focus on your family. And he's like, well, in my culture, it's okay to have multiple baby mamas, basically, multiple women to have your child, and I want to have 10 kids. I don't really know what is in the water worldwide with dating. Back in the day, I feel like it was easier to like find people, and maybe because we were like young and naive, and I feel like the more knowledge we have about things, it really, like, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. All I'm saying is that if you're out there and you're trying to date and nothing is working for you, I want you to know that there are others that are going through the same thing. That's why I'm making this video, because I'm like, I was going to internalize everything and say that, oh, it's just me, it's me. No, there is a problem. There's a moral decline in people. Everybody's out there sleeping with people. Everyone's expecting 100% pay this, pay that. Like, something has shifted, and you are not alone. The problem is not you. Others are feeling it too. I mean, granted, we're not perfect. You know what I mean? but like others are feeling what you're feeling. And I'm telling you guys, literally, in a span of just a few months, not even everyone, I'll make a longer video about like everyone that I have encountered. But I decided like, okay, I'm going to put myself out there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to try to meet somebody, and, you know, somebody that's going to like me for me and not want papers and, you know, not try to do stuff weird behind my back. Like, I don't know. And I don't want to be one of those people, because I've encountered a lot of women now that are just saying that all men are terrible. I don't want to generalize, but there have been times where I have felt really terrible, and I started to feel in my spirit that all men are the same. It doesn't matter who they are. But I just don't want to really believe that. You know, I don't want to believe that all men are the same. I do not want to generalize that all men are the same and that there are no good people. Just like there's you, who's a good person. You know that you're a good person. You have good morals. You have things going for yourself. Like, there are people like you. There's just a few of them. And that's the sucky part. So anyway, this is just an encouragement. This is a random video. I don't even have a freaking YouTube channel. It's 16 minutes and 35 seconds. I just wanted to encourage somebody out there to not give up. I mean, I haven't found my person, or my person hasn't found me, but we will find our people. And you are not alone, and the problem is not you, okay? Granted, we all have things that we need to work on, but I really believe that there is some kind of crazy ass moral decline in this like generation, and it's not you, okay? Anyway, God bless. I'll talk to you guys later.